Love it, man.
25 lighters on my dresser, yes sir. I got to get paid.
We got 25 lighters on the dresser, yes sir. We got to get paid. I got 25 lighters for my 25 phone.
Tonight's show is entitled, How Do You Tell Someone You Love Them? Yeah, it's tricky, I know. But here we go. First of all, there's no easy way to tell someone you love them. Most people will say, hey, just come out and tell them. Just come right out and say it. A lot of times, well, not even a lot of times. Most of the time, that's not really the best approach. Because to just come out and say it, it could really freak somebody out. But the bottom line is, one way or another, for your own benefit, it's going to have to be said. Some people are going to tell you, if you love her, or, if you love them, let them go. When you love somebody, you fight for them, okay? You fight for the ones you love. You fight to keep them in your life, okay? You don't just let love walk right out of the door. You know why? You're an idiot to let love walk out of the door. I love her so much, or I love him so much, I let her go. Or I let him go. Guess what? What are you talking about? A dog, or a pet, or a child. Okay. A dog or a pet or something like that. But not when you're in love. That's not when you're in love. People, when we find love, man, we hold on to it. We hold on tight when we find love. Because we know love is not something you can just walk right around the corner and get, folks. We know this, okay? But the best approach, I believe, anyway, to tell somebody you love them, you wait for and get them alone to themselves when there's not a lot of people around. Because I guarantee you put somebody on the spot like that with other people around to say something like that, I guarantee you're probably not going to get the response you're hoping for. Especially when you put them on the spot. Alright? So, get them alone for one. Sit down and talk to them. Wait for the right moment in the conversation to say it. Don't do it in front of other people. You will get your feelings hurt, man. Ladies, you might too, because if you're around his homeboys, you tell them you love them, odds are they're not going to say it right back because they're around their boys. You know how that works. Alright? So, next on the list. Let's see. After you get them alone, work it into the conversation somehow. Try to lead the conversation in that direction. But you're going to have to say it. Once you get them and you get that conversation going, lead in that direction, and once that mood is set, you're not going to get a better opportunity than that. Alright? Now, sometimes the spontaneous I love yous work wonders. You just have to, again, it's all about timing, alright? It's all about timing, folks. You can't just up and just in the middle of church, glory be to God, I love you. Oh, I love the Lord too. No, I love you. Everybody in church gonna stop and look at you. We love the Lord, but you want to see what they're talking about, But the hardest thing about telling someone you love them is not knowing if they love you back. It is hard to tell someone you love them and you don't have the knowledge to know if they love you back. That's hard. Because it takes a lot of courage. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. Alright? You can't wish you didn't say it. Well, you can wish you didn't say it, but it ain't gonna come true, okay? So once the cat's out the bag, that's it. That's a wrap. So you only got one shot to actually do it right. Someone will say, it doesn't matter. He said he loves me. It's okay. I understand. Those are the women that actually love you back. But we talk about the ones where you actually love somebody and they don't love you back. Ooh, that's harsh. That's hard. Ooh, but for this webisode, let's just assume that the lady does love you back, or the guy does love you back. Like I said, with the guys, make sure you're not around. Get them from around his boys. And men, get them from around their girlfriends. Okay? Now, the reason I say that, sometimes the friends can help or they can hurt. Because, guys, if you say it when the girls around their girlfriends and the girls don't like you, yeah, you can pretty much see where that's going, right? And girls, if you say it when you're around the guys, you know how that's gonna turn out. He's gonna try to be all macho and man, but he ain't gonna say it back to you. Cause he ain't want to hear from his homeboys later. I don't know why, but that's how it's done, I guess. So it's all about timing and a good place, a good setting. But for the biggest part, I can't stress this enough. It's all about the timing. All right. Now, speaking from personal experience, I had everything set, and I can tell you, I actually let that moment pass me by. And I can tell you now, it actually hurts, and you later regret it, okay? Because you never know what could have been, because you just let the most wonderful woman you've ever met slip right out of your hands. Or when you could meet the most wonderful man you've ever met, and he slipped out of your hands. Because women, believe it or not, some men want to hear you say you love them. Because truthfully, some men, we fall in love before you do. But because we're men, we're not just going to come right out and say it unless you give, hints that you love us too. Because we're not going to just throw our feelings out there and get them hurt because, man, we take it macho. Alright? Some guys, they tell you first and you don't love them back, they going to call you all sorts of night. Yeah, it's alright. It's whatever. It's cool. I ain't like your ass anyway. They're gonna give you all kind of names in the book, and not because they don't even mean it. They just do it because they're hurt. It hurts. Not all men know how to deal with actually having their feelings hurt on that level. And I mean, women. If a guy if he doesn't say he loves you right back, don't get mad just yet. Okay. It may not mean that he doesn't love you, but it does mean sometimes he's just not ready to say it. Man, same thing. Sometimes she's just not ready to say it. Sometimes you can love somebody, but the words are just not ready to come out yet. You just can't say it. Everything else is there, but the words just won't come out. All right? It takes time. It takes patience. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience, okay? So there is a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. All right, they used to tell me growing up, your intentions can be good, but your approach can be all wrong. All right, so remember that. You can go in with the best intentions to tell her you love her, but if you go in wrong, you go in there hard and rough. Guess what? You may not get the response you were looking for. My personal favorite, a lot of guys, they slip that I love you in the middle of an argument. She yelled, you don't never listen to me, you'll never do what you don't never do nothing we want to do. You just slip it in there, girl, you know what? I don't even know why I love you. And she just keep going, and I just told you I love you, and you still want to argue. And then she stopped and paused for me, and they'd be like, yeah, nothing special for that. I like those. Start up an argument just to get her riled up, and then throw in that I love you. That doesn't always work, guys, so don't try that. Don't do that. It doesn't always work. It's very special when it works, but it doesn't always work, so don't try. You get in that argument and say, girl, I told you I love you. I don't care what you say. So don't try it. Do not try that. I will not advise it, okay? In my next webisode, not from this one, but my next webisode from Why Women Do What They Do, I will be answering the questions to all of your emails. Alright, I got them. Yes, I got them. And let me say, a lot of you women had a lot to say about that, so I can't wait to answer your questions, and we go back and forth with that. So it's going to be very fun. So until later, stay true, stay blessed, put God first, never give up on love, alright?
This is it. Here I stay.